Our guarantee of the game presented by AT&T. Guys, a lot has been made about the significance, the importance of these conference title games in this era of college football, but especially in the SEC for the conference that created conference title games. If Alabama gets left out of the playoff tomorrow as a 3-loss team, do we see the SEC championship be played the way that we have known it to be played for the last 20 years?
Real quick, we had a shout out to everybody that's in the YouTube chat because we did have a poll in there and we said 2 spots for 3 teams. Who should get in? We had Alabama, Notre Dame, and Miami as those teams that should be chosen. Alabama got the most votes, and then it was Notre Dame coming in, and then Miami last. So,
interesting.
Yeah, go ahead. Shout out to everyone that votes.
Yeah.
I'm in the chat right now. Go ahead and jump in the conversation. But is Alabama out of the college football playoff?
Well, we can get to that. We can certainly have that conversation. But as it pertains to the conference title, like is the SEC championship done if Alabama misses the playoff?
I don't know if it's done, but it definitely makes everyone, I think, question just the legitimacy of all of these championship games and what we're actually doing and why they are important and if they are important in general, right? So, we had this discussion a week ago, and I told you about how just important it is for the SEC to win the championship when you're a part of that conference. That is a huge piece, if not everything, as far as how you identify yourself in the country and the hierarchy of the success in college football. So, listen, I'm going to say some conflicting stuff here as the show continues to go on. But, I love the SEC championship game. It's one of my favorite games of the year no matter what. I do hate the fact that I got to keep watching Georgia and Alabama playing it all the time. But that's just because they're too damn good and no one else can kind of throw them off the throne right now. But either way, it's an important game, right? I want to keep seeing it played. We just got to find a way, hopefully in the future, right, where it makes it a little bit more meaningful for all the teams.
Right now, we got Tommy. No, we got Ryan Keith. He said Alabama should not be able to advance. We got Robert said they got 3 losses. They should be out. Alabama shouldn't be in by Chris Millie. It seems like our YouTube chat thinks Alabama should be out.
Shocking. I'm sure they're not Alabama fans, right? Alabama was left out as the committee's top 3-loss team, a year ago. So, by the way, Virginia just scored with 22 seconds left, and they're about to tie the game with a PAT in the ACC title game. So we'll get to that in just a second because Duke plays a little bit of a role here. Did he step out? It's under review.
We'll talk about what we got going on.
But yeah, you're right, Scoob. It's going to come down to a couple of teams, 3 teams really battling it out for 2 spots. One of those teams is going to get left out. For Alabama and their resume, we can have this conversation. They go through that stretch where they beat 4 ranked teams in 4 straight weeks without a bye. It had never been done before in SEC history, and it seems like that was such a long time ago in our memory. And the timing of which a team plays and a team loses seems to mean a lot to the playoff committee.
That's well said.
Does the way that Alabama has played recently and this game, capping off the season, leave a bad taste in the committee's mouth?
So what we've seen from this committee and what we have learned is they do have some recency bias. They kind of overreact to things that happen. That's why we saw Alabama drop so far after their loss to Oklahoma, even though it was a 2-point loss in which they were a -3 on the turnover margin. But we knew that they still should have been ahead of Notre Dame. Now, we've seen this committee overreact a little bit too harsh. They did the same thing, I think, with Texas A&M, and they did the same thing with other teams. But what I will say is that Alabama was moved up ahead of Notre Dame. We saw the switch, a little bit of a correction by putting Alabama at 9, Notre Dame at 10. The cutoff point is at 10. That 10 spot is the one that's really sensitive, right? Where you can be in trouble if you are to lose your game and get bumped back 1 spot. What we've seen in the past, if you play in the conference championship game and lose, teams have been moved back 1 spot. So this was already built in to protect Alabama. My guess is they move back 1 spot. The SEC championship is an important game. You cannot kick a team out and punish them for the SEC champion. Because you know what Alabama will say? We have a win against the SEC champion on the road. Even though they lost the SEC championship, we have a win against the SEC champion on the road.
Which maybe is more impressive, honestly.
That's right.
Winning between the hedges that way. So, that's a great point, Scooby. It really is. And of course, we don't want to fault the teams, right, for actually going out there and competing and doing their best to win these football games. But, hey, if I'm in that committee room right now, unfortunately, I'm banging the table and saying Alabama's out.
Come on.
And I want Miami and Notre Dame in.
Are you on the Alabama outside? Are you really?
I am at the moment. Yeah. I am.
So
I've supported them all year. You know I have, right?
Yeah.
But there's something about what I've
You're
seen
an
lately.
SEC guy too. Where's his gift? Can we bring it up?
I'm allowed to change my opinion.
You want this, you got that. No way, watch 'em walk right